Have you ever stopped to wonder if the foods you think are benefiting your health might be doing more harm than good? It's a strange thought, isn't it? You've probably been told that eating healthy foods will support your well-being. Yet what if some of those foods are silently causing harm to your body in ways you never even imagined? Now, picture yourself enjoying a handful of nuts every day, thinking you're making the best choice for your health, only to discover that over time, they could be putting a strain on your body in unexpected ways. This video may just change your entire perspective on your healthy snack. If you're one of those who regularly enjoys nuts as a go-to snack, thinking you're nourishing your body, then you might want to keep watching. The truth is, there are hidden risks involved with consuming nuts incorrectly. Risks that many people unknowingly expose themselves to without realizing the potential damage they are doing. As we age, the impact of these risks can be even more significant on our health, particularly on vital organs like the kidneys and the heart. In the next few minutes, we're going to dive deep into the unexpected dangers of eating nuts in the wrong way, from moldy nuts to hidden oxalates, and the excessive amounts of salt or phosphorus that could be affecting your overall health. We're not just here to warn you, though. We'll also guide you on how to enjoy nuts the right way, ensuring that you reap their full benefits without falling prey to the hidden health risks they might pose. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to protect your kidneys, reduce your chances of developing serious health conditions, and how to consume nuts in a way that supports your health, rather than harming it. If you want to live a healthier, more vibrant life and protect your body from the inside out, make sure to stick with us to the end. Trust me, you won't want to miss these essential tips on how to safely enjoy nuts as part of your diet. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you never miss out on valuable health tips and life-changing advice. Your support means a lot to me, and if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and share it with your friends and family so we can spread these important lessons to more people. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how nuts can impact your health, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comments if you're enjoying the topic of this video. And if you're not quite into it, feel free to comment 0, and let me know how I can improve to make these videos even better for you. Now, let's get started. Dr. Harper looked at James, who was sitting across from him, still processing the information. After a moment, James nodded, though he seemed a bit confused. Well, I've always heard that nuts are good for you. I mean, they're a healthy snack, right? That's why I've been eating a small handful every day. Sometimes I even skip a meal and have nuts instead of rice, James explained, a little uncertain about the connection between his daily nut habit and his health. Dr. Harper let out a soft sigh, his expression thoughtful. He leaned forward slightly, speaking more slowly and carefully, as if trying to make sure James understood. James, it's true that nuts can be very beneficial to your health, but only when they're consumed the right way. Not all nuts are created equal. Some varieties, for instance, are high in oxalates, substances that, when combined with calcium in the body, can form kidney stones. If you're not careful, consuming them in excess can create serious problems over time. James's face fell as he processed the information. His eyes widened in surprise. Wait, what? I thought I was doing something good for my body by eating them. But you're telling me that it might cause harm? I only eat a small handful each day. Is that enough to cause problems? Dr. Harper shook his head gently, his expression serious. It's not just the amount in one sitting that matters, James. The issue arises when small amounts of oxalates build up over time, especially in older adults. When these oxalates accumulate in your body year after year, they can lead to kidney stones or even other kidney issues. Even a small amount, eaten consistently every day, can gradually add up and put unnecessary strain on your kidneys. James looked down at his hands, his brow furrowing in concern. He had thought he was making healthy choices, but now, hearing about the potential risks, he realized he might not have been as careful as he thought. So what should I do? Should I stop eating nuts completely? Dr. Harper gave him a reassuring smile. No, James, you don't need to avoid them entirely. Nuts can still be a part of a healthy diet, but it's important to consume them in moderation and in the right way. The key is balance. Even the healthiest foods, when eaten incorrectly or excessively, can be harmful to your body. Many people, especially older adults, mistakenly believe that nuts are a miracle food, but in reality, certain eating habits can unknowingly strain your kidneys and other organs. You may need to reevaluate how and when you eat them. James's expression turned thoughtful. He had always prided himself on his healthy habits, but now he was realizing that even the best intentions could sometimes backfire. I see. I guess I never really thought about it that way. I'll have to pay closer attention to how I eat them from now on. Dr. Harper nodded. It's all about being mindful of how we approach nutrition, James. Small adjustments in the way you consume nuts could make a big difference in preserving your kidney health as you age. Part 1. Dietary habits that are unknowingly straining the kidneys. 1. Consumption of moldy nuts. Did you know that eating moldy nuts could seriously harm your health? While nuts are often considered a healthy snack, there's a hidden risk that most people overlook: mold. Specifically, moldy nuts can be contaminated with Aspergillus flavus and Aspergillus parasiticus, fungi that produce a potent carcinogen called aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are classified as a Group 1 carcinogen by the World Health Organization, WHO, meaning they're known to cause cancer in humans. The effects of these toxins are well documented, and they can lead to long-term liver damage, weakened immune function, and even an increased risk of liver cancer. Even when consumed in low amounts, these toxins can slowly accumulate in the body and lead to various health problems. In addition to liver issues, they can cause digestive problems, neurological symptoms, and general health deterioration. This is particularly dangerous for older adults, whose immune systems and organs may already be compromised. For individuals with pre-existing health conditions, the risks associated with moldy nuts can be even more severe. This is why it's essential to avoid moldy nuts, as the impact on your health can be long-lasting and significant. How to identify moldy nuts and prevention tips. It's not always easy to tell if nuts are moldy, but there are a few telltale signs to look out for. Here's how you can protect yourself. Visual inspection. Before eating, take a good look at the nuts. If you notice any unusual colors like pale blue, gray, or a fuzzy moldy appearance, it's likely the nuts are contaminated. In that case, it's best to discard them immediately, as mold growth is a sign that aflatoxins could be present. Smell test. Another easy way to detect moldy nuts is by smelling them. If they have a musty or unpleasant odor, it's a strong indication that they've gone bad. Moldy nuts may even have a burnt smell, especially oil-rich varieties like walnuts, cashews, and sunflower seeds, which are more susceptible to rancidity and mold growth. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Storage matters. To prevent mold growth, always buy nuts from reputable brands that properly package and store their products. Once you bring nuts home, store them in a dry, cool, well-ventilated area, and make sure the storage space is not too humid. If you're not planning to use them right away, it's best to keep nuts in a sealed container in the refrigerator or freezer to preserve their freshness and prevent mold formation. Taking these simple steps can help ensure that your nuts remain safe to eat and free from harmful mold contamination. With the right precautions, you can continue to enjoy the benefits of nuts without putting your health at risk. 2. Excessive consumption of oxalate-rich nuts. Oxalates are naturally occurring substances found in many foods, including certain nuts, leafy greens, and vegetables. While oxalates are typically harmless in small amounts, when consumed in excess, they can pose a serious health risk, particularly to your kidneys. Here's how it works. When oxalates enter the body, they bind with calcium in the bloodstream, forming calcium oxalate crystals. In small quantities, these crystals are easily excreted through urine without causing harm. However, when the body accumulates too much oxalate, often due to excessive consumption of oxalate-rich foods, inadequate hydration, or an imbalanced diet, the crystals can gradually build up in the kidneys and form kidney stones. This can lead to intense pain, difficulty urinating, and even long-term kidney damage. The risk is particularly concerning for those who are prone to kidney stones or who already have chronic kidney disease. Kidney stones can be incredibly painful and difficult to treat, often requiring medical intervention such as shock wave therapy or even surgery. Over time, frequent kidney stones can cause permanent damage to kidney function, which is why it's so important to keep an eye on your oxalate intake. Common nuts that are high in oxalates. Several nuts contain significant amounts of oxalates, and when consumed in large quantities, they can contribute to kidney stone formation. Here are a few common nuts to be mindful of. Cashews, 49 mg of oxalates per 100 g. Almonds, 40 mg of oxalates per 100 g. Peanuts, 1,520 mg of oxalates per 100 g. While these amounts might seem relatively low compared to high oxalate foods like spinach, which contains 97 mg of oxalates per 100 g, the danger comes when these nuts are eaten in large quantities regularly. If you're eating them daily or in excess, the oxalate buildup can eventually overwhelm the kidneys, leading to kidney stones or other complications. It's particularly important to be cautious if you have a history of kidney stones, as your body may be more sensitive to the effects of oxalates. Similarly, if you have chronic kidney disease, it's crucial to manage your oxalate intake to prevent further damage to your kidney function. How to manage your oxalate intake. If you love nuts and want to continue eating them as part of a healthy diet, it's essential to practice moderation. You don't need to eliminate nuts, but it's wise to be mindful of the types of nuts you consume and the amounts. Additionally, staying well hydrated is key. Drinking plenty of water can help flush excess oxalates from your system and reduce the likelihood of kidney stone formation. If you're unsure about your oxalate intake or have concerns about kidney health, it's always a good idea to consult with a healthcare professional to develop a dietary plan that's right for you. 3. Excessive consumption of salted nuts. Salted nuts, such as roasted salted peanuts, cashews, or salted almonds, are a favorite snack for many people. They're crunchy, flavorful, and easy to munch on, making them a popular choice for quick energy or as part of a snack mix. However, there's a hidden downside to consuming salted nuts too often. They tend to be loaded with sodium. While a small amount of sodium is essential for maintaining healthy body functions, excessive intake can lead to serious health problems. For instance, just 100 grams of salted peanuts can contain around 880 milligrams of sodium. This is almost half of the maximum daily sodium intake recommended by the World Health Organization, WHO, which is about 1,500 milligrams for healthy adults. If you're eating salted nuts frequently, especially alongside other sodium-heavy foods like processed snacks, canned soups, or fast food, your sodium intake can quickly exceed the recommended limits. Excessive sodium consumption is linked to a wide range of health issues, particularly high blood pressure, hypertension. When your sodium intake is too high, your body retains more water, which can raise blood pressure and put extra strain on your heart and kidneys. Over time, this increases your risk of serious cardiovascular problems, including heart attacks and strokes. Furthermore, high sodium levels can cause kidney damage by overloading the kidneys with the task of processing excess salt, which can lead to kidney disease or even kidney failure in severe cases. For older adults, the risks are even greater. As we age, our kidneys naturally become less efficient, and our bodies are more susceptible to the negative effects of sodium. High blood pressure, which is often worsened by excess sodium, is also more common among older individuals, making the need for careful sodium management even more crucial. Additionally, high sodium intake can lead to issues like fluid retention and swelling, making it harder to manage overall health and comfort. How to manage sodium intake from salted nuts. If you enjoy salted nuts, it's important to consume them in moderation. One way to help control your sodium intake is by choosing unsalted or lightly salted varieties when possible. Many brands offer nuts with reduced or no added salt, which can still give you the crunch and flavor you love, without the extra sodium burden. Additionally, consider balancing your diet by including more fresh, whole foods like fruits, vegetables, and unprocessed proteins that naturally contain little to no sodium. Being mindful of the sodium in other parts of your diet is also important. If you regularly consume other sodium-rich foods like processed meats, canned vegetables, or packaged snacks, your overall sodium intake can quickly add up. By cutting back on high-sodium foods and incorporating more low-sodium alternatives, you can help protect your heart, kidneys, and overall health, especially as you age. 4. Long-term excessive consumption of nuts. Nuts are packed with beneficial nutrients like protein, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals, making them a go-to snack for many health-conscious individuals. However, like with most things, moderation is key. When consumed in excess over a long period, even these nutritious snacks can lead to various health problems. This is especially concerning for older adults, as our bodies naturally experience a gradual decline in digestive, kidney, bone, and joint functions with age. Main health issues. 1. Calcium loss and osteoporosis. Some types of nuts contain phytic acid, a substance that can interfere with the absorption of important minerals like calcium, iron, and zinc. This is particularly concerning because calcium is vital for maintaining strong bones and preventing osteoporosis, a condition that causes bones to become fragile and more prone to fractures. When you consume nuts in large amounts over time, the phytic acid can reduce your body's ability to absorb calcium, which leads to a decrease in bone density. This process accelerates with age, as hormonal changes and a reduced ability to absorb nutrients make it more difficult for older adults to maintain strong bones. As a result, those who eat nuts excessively may face an increased risk of developing osteoporosis, making them more vulnerable to fractures, especially as they get older. 2. Kidney function decline and chronic kidney disease. Nuts are not only rich in protein, but they also contain oxalates, which, when consumed in large quantities without sufficient hydration, can bind with calcium to form kidney stones. These stones can be extremely painful and difficult to pass, potentially causing long-term damage to the kidneys. For those with chronic kidney disease or other kidney-related issues, excessive nut consumption can exacerbate the problem by putting additional strain on the kidneys. The kidneys have to work harder to process the protein and waste products from the nuts, which can accelerate the decline of kidney function over time. If left unchecked, this strain can contribute to kidney failure, a serious condition that requires medical intervention. 3. Increased risk of urinary tract infections, UTIs. When kidney stones form, they can obstruct the urinary tract, creating a perfect environment for bacterial growth. This can lead to urinary tract infections, UTIs, which are not only painful but can also cause frequent urination, back pain, and a burning sensation while urinating. If left untreated, UTIs can escalate into more severe infections, such as sepsis, which is a life-threatening condition. Older adults are particularly vulnerable to UTIs due to a weakened immune system and other age-related factors, so it's important to be proactive about preventing kidney stones and managing kidney health. 4. Risks of surgical removal of kidney stones. As kidney stones grow larger, they may need to be surgically removed. This could involve methods like shock wave therapy, endoscopic procedures, or even invasive surgery, all of which carry certain risks. For older adults, these medical procedures can be particularly taxing on the body, especially if they are already dealing with other health challenges. Recovery from such treatments can be lengthy and painful, impacting overall quality of life. The risks associated with surgical interventions for kidney stones can also include complications like infections, bleeding, and damage to surrounding organs, which makes prevention through dietary choices even more crucial for older individuals. 5. Excessive intake of phosphorus-rich nuts. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, Please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Nuts are a fantastic source of essential nutrients, and one of the key minerals they provide is phosphorus. Phosphorus plays a crucial role in maintaining bone health, supporting energy metabolism, and helping the body maintain its acid-base balance. However, like with many other nutrients, moderation is essential. Consuming too much phosphorus, especially from certain nuts like sunflower seeds and hazelnuts, can lead to serious health problems, particularly for individuals with pre-existing kidney disease. How excessive phosphorus affects the body. Phosphorus is necessary for healthy bones and teeth, but when consumed in excess, it can disrupt the delicate balance between phosphorus and calcium in the body. This imbalance can cause a range of health issues. One of the primary concerns is the potential for bone problems, such as weakened bones and an increased risk of fractures. When there's too much phosphorus in the body, it can bind with calcium, preventing proper calcium absorption and leading to a decrease in bone mineral density. Over time, this can contribute to conditions like osteoporosis, making the bones more fragile and prone to breaks. Excessive phosphorus intake can also negatively impact kidney function. For individuals with kidney disease or impaired kidney function, the kidneys may struggle to process excess phosphorus properly. This can lead to further deterioration of kidney health and, in severe cases, kidney failure. The kidneys play a vital role in regulating phosphorus levels, and when they are not functioning at full capacity, phosphorus can build up in the blood, causing harmful effects on the body. Nuts rich in phosphorus. Some nuts are particularly high in phosphorus, and consuming them in large quantities can contribute to an unhealthy excess of this mineral. Hazelnuts and sunflower seeds are two examples of nuts that are rich in phosphorus, and while they can be part of a balanced diet, excessive consumption can be problematic, especially for people with kidney disease or those at risk. For example, the recommended daily intake of phosphorus for adults is around 700 milligrams. However, just a small serving of phosphorus-rich nuts like sunflower seeds or hazelnuts can push your phosphorus intake above the recommended level. When this excess phosphorus combines with an imbalance in calcium levels, it can cause further health issues, including vascular calcification, the buildup of calcium in the blood vessels, and arterial stiffness. Both of these conditions are significant risk factors for cardiovascular diseases, including heart attacks and strokes. Managing phosphorus intake. If you love nuts and want to continue including them in your diet, it's important to be mindful of how much phosphorus-rich nuts you're consuming. While nuts like hazelnuts and sunflower seeds are nutritious, eating them in moderation is key to avoiding the negative effects of excess phosphorus. If you have kidney disease or are at risk for kidney problems, it's especially important to consult with a healthcare professional to monitor your phosphorus intake and make adjustments as needed. Choosing a variety of nuts and balancing them with other foods that support kidney health can help ensure you're getting the nutrients you need without overloading on phosphorus. By being mindful of your intake and understanding how phosphorus impacts your body, you can enjoy the health benefits of nuts while protecting your heart, bones, and kidneys. So, what do you think? Have you learned something new about the potential risks of consuming nuts and how they might be affecting your health, especially as you age? We've covered a lot of important information today, from the dangers of moldy nuts and excessive oxalates to the risks of too much salt, phosphorus, and long-term nut consumption. Now it's your turn. What's one thing you've learned today that you plan to put into practice in your life? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment below and let me know which tip or piece of advice you found most helpful and how you plan to make it a part of your daily routine. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave your comment below, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more valuable tips on living a healthier life. Your support means the world to us, and by subscribing, you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to help you live your best life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.